Hi, my name's Leonie Belshaw, and this is a short presentation on finding the ingredients for creativity based on my own genealogy of music. When I mention Shakey Graves to people in conversation, I notice that not too many have heard of him. He's had a big influence on me the past year. I first heard him when my partner got lost down a deep, dark blues rabbit hole on YouTube and found a live recording of his song, Roll the Bones, on Audiotree. But had I not had a wife with a thirst for obscure blues music, I would never have found his sweet tunes. This got me thinking, how do we find our influences? And then, how do we, as artists, get heard?
Oh, yeah, well, so it goes, yeah, so it goes.
Looking at my genealogy as a whole, it was pretty much full of mainstream artists that listed other mainstream artists as their influences. I remember finding my influences by either listening to the radio or watching Rage and Recovery on weekend mornings, the way most Gen X youngsters found their music before YouTube. When researching Shakey Graves' influences, lo and behold, just like my pals I mentioned earlier, who had not heard of Shakey, I had not heard of his. Shakey rates Abner Jay's album, The True Story of Abner Jay, as one of the best records he's ever come across. The fact that I was able to find this obscure piece of art online shows how far and wide the internet has helped music spread. But with platforms like Spotify and YouTube, it is easy to get lost in all of the noise and chaos. But is it really chaos? In an article about the use of algorithms in Google searches, it highlights a method called PageRank. Apparently this is being exploited by communities of users to promote a certain web page or specific query. Looks like, unless you are very specific about what you want to search, your chances of accidentally finding them are minimal. So, did Shakey find his influences like I found him, through word of mouth, or was it surfing the web? Well, there's one method I haven't mentioned yet, the music scene. Shakey recalls attending a ridiculous blues show at this bar and a DJ played a song by Abner Jay.
Why do you think kids like rock and roll? Because it's turd. Do you think they're going to listen to the Philadelphia Symphony, 101 strings? Why do you think I like cocaine?
When I visited Shakey's hometown of Austin, Texas, I went to a gig of his at the Paramount Theatre. The vibe and the crowd he pulled for his performance amazed me. Austin is a breeder of music that is not heard by the masses, but instead mostly heard by locals and tourists chilling out at a bar or walking past one of the many buskers in the street. So how did Shakey get his break amongst all of that talent in Austin? And was it luck that one day he went viral on the Americana folk circuit? Well, let's just stop there for a minute and look at luck in the viral phenomenon. If you're talking about an English bulldog doing yoga, then yes, it is luck. But what takes a talented musician to the next level?
I became a better performer because I just played all the time.
In the early days, open mic night after open mic night, Shakey recalls having many a humbling experience on stage as his performances bombed. He says that experience actually helped him to be able to read an audience and analyse what the crowd wants, as well as cutting his teeth on the underground scene and connecting with communities of musicians in every town he went. Shakey put his first few tracks on the online streaming site SoundCloud, played live sets for Audiotree, which is an artist discovery platform on YouTube, had a Pay What You Feel for his first album Roll the Bones on Bandcamp, and, of course, had all the other regular social networks linked in. He had created a strong brand throughout the first 7 years in his career, until he signed with the record label Dual Tone to help distribute his subsequent albums. This all paid off, and he cracked the Google algorithm. I'd imagine he's made quite a few genealogy of music pages too. He even influenced the Austin Mayor so much that he proclaimed February 9th as Shakey Graves Day. So what does the future hold for new up-and-comers on the scene? Already there are options for artists to cut out the record label and self-distribute on iTunes and Spotify. For a fee, sites like CD Baby and TuneCore will happily connect you. The market is ever-changing for both consumption and production. It seems that the method of finding the ingredients for creation and then getting our art heard do have some parallels. In finding, we search online streaming sites like Beatport, Spotify, Pandora, and make sure we share the music we find to help crack the algorithms. Offline, we hit the streets and immerse ourselves in our communities. Go to live gigs, stop and hear the busker, throw him some change. To be heard, we plug in online, create the social platforms and upload the music on sites like Bandcamp and Triple J Unearthed. And of course we hit the streets, bars, clubs, warehouses and open mic nights. Looks like working hard and continuing to learn and grow with the ever-changing market will get music in your ears and also have your music heard.